You're just getting my honest, real words coming right out of my mouth here. Oh, fashion. It is so hot in my sunroom. Hello and welcome to the Golden Hour Knitwear podcast. My name is Camille and this is not episode number 5. This is, I don't know what to call these because it's not a regular podcast episode where I'm showing you my whips and stuff. Today we're doing a pattern roundup. For the last several weeks, I've been playing with the idea of uploading a video every week. And I think now's the perfect time to do it because when you're watching this, I'm on vacation. And I don't want to film on vacation. And I don't want to miss my schedule, my every 2-week schedule. Yeah, so today is a not podcast episode. I don't know what to call them. What do you call them? Just different. Today's a pattern roundup video, like I said. So I asked you all on my stories, or the people who see my stories. I asked the people on my stories what you wanted to see today. The poll, what you all said was that you wanted summer knitting patterns, but so many of you DM'd me and said, I want all of these things. So we're gonna kind of mix it up. We're gonna do a little bit of a compromise. So today I will be sharing with you my top 10 favorite top 10 cold knitting patterns and top 10 warm knitting patterns. So spring and summer, fall and winter. And then at the very end, I will narrow it down to my top 3 favorites of each and tell you basically my favorite knitting patterns of all time at the very end. So before we get down to it though, I want to announce also that I am starting, if you watched my last episode, episode number 4, the one that I posted 2 weeks ago, I talked about potentially starting a founding members thing. So a sock set club where you get a sock set, hand-dyed sock set every month in the mail from me, but at a founding members price. So a lot cheaper than you would normally get a sock set. And I've decided to go for it. I had so many people say that they'd be interested and they want to do it, so I decided to go for it. I posted it on Etsy, and then Etsy shut me down for some weird reason. I have no idea why. I'm in contact with them trying to figure it out. So if I have that figured out by the time this episode goes up, I will put the link for that in the description. I'm only allowing 16 people in before I close it and start offering it for the regular price that I would normally offer hand-dyed sock sets for. This is just to get me going with hand-dyed yarn business and to thank you to you all who are choosing to support me through that. So be sure to check that in the description if it's below. All right, so let's jump into the pattern roundup. Just a reminder really quick though, I guess I should say, next week, yes, that's right, next week, I will post another video, which is a normal podcast episode, which will be 3 weeks away from my last episode. So I will definitely have an acquisition, maybe more acquisitions, a new hobby, a new fiber hobby, and hopefully a lot of finished objects. And I'll recap on sock week. So you have to wait another week for all of that. You don't get that this week, you get that all next week. So be sure to tune in next week. And I'll start doing videos every week from here on out. So that's exciting. Okay, pattern roundup, here we go. I'll start with the cold knits, because that's what's pulled up on my phone. And these are in no particular order. They're just the way they are in my favorites list on Ravelry, probably the order that I found them and discovered them in. So these are not like first favorite, second favorite, third favorite. Not yet. I'll do that at the very end. Okay, let's jump into it. So one of my favorite winter knits is the Minou cardigan by, I'm gonna say all of these names so wrong, guys, because I don't speak any other languages, but maybe a tiny bit of Spanish, and I live in America. I don't know how to pronounce things. So I'm just gonna say your first name, Luisa. She's known as Knitting Deer on Instagram. Check out her on Instagram and on Ravelry, but she has gorgeous patterns. I love the Minou cardigan. It's absolutely beautiful. I test knitted the Minou top for her. It's the same stitch pattern, just in a tank top. This is the cardigan version. Let's see, the information for this. It's a cardigan. It's, it looks like it's a drop shoulder. I don't you can see the picture. You can figure that out for yourself. I'm pretty sure it's a drop shoulder construction. I'm not good at all these things yet. Bear with me here. But it takes a US size 6 needle or a 4mm needle. And I'm pretty sure it takes a DK weight. Here on Ravelry, it says fingering plus lace equals fingering, but fingering plus lace equals DK, so I don't really know what's going on there. Usually it's DK. The Minou top was a DK weight yarn, so, or kind of like a lighter DK weight. So I think the cardigan is similar. It's sizes 1 through 6, which, let's see if it has the bust circumference. Yeah, the bust circumference is 88 centimeters to 163 centimeters, or 34.5 inches to 64.6 inches. I don't know what technically makes something size inclusive, but I'm pretty sure if it goes up to the 60-inch bust, it's size inclusive, so that's great. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Let's see, and it's designed to have a positive ease of 5 to 15 centimeters. I don't know what that is in inches, but we love the oversized cardigans. Okay, up next we have the Good Grandpa cardigan. Like I said, these are in no particular order, but the Good Grandpa cardigan by Cadre. This one's just a really fun, classic, super cozy looking cardigan. It is a bulky weight yarn, which you don't see all the time, but those knit up super fast, super fun. I just love how cozy it looks. There's really nothing else to it. It's, I believe, drop shoulder. It has the pockets. It's oversized, but not like oversized, right? So it's just really great. It's got that V-neck, and I just think it looks amazing. It looks so cozy. I just want to make it and just snuggle in it all winter. I just want to do that. So like I said, it's a bulky weight yarn using a US size 10 needle or 6mm needle. It has its sizes extra small through 5 extra large, which is awesome. Let's see the sizes. It looks like 100 centimeters to 162 centimeters, or 39.5 inches to 64 inches for the finished bust circumference. Yes, that's the finished circumference. All right. Yes, I really love that one. I love how just cozy it looks. I can't say anything besides that because I've never knit this one. I've never knit most of these. I'll say that right now. I haven't knit this, but it just looks so cozy. I don't know how to describe clothes because I'm not like a fashion kind of person. But, and look at me stereotyping here, but you're just getting my honest, real words coming right out of my mouth here. All right, next we have the Salty Days sweater by Veronika Lindberg, who is also known as Kutovokika here on YouTube and on Instagram. I love her. I love watching all of her YouTube videos. She's such a spunky, fun human being and just so much fun to watch. She's such a great content creator. The Salty Days sweater is so fun and interesting. I have a hard time really falling for these all over lace and cable and everything patterns. I mean, they're great, but I have like the Moby sweater by PetiteKnit and the Ingrid sweater by PetiteKnit. Those have a hard time just settling in on me. But this one took faster. Maybe it's just because I absolutely love this designer. But this one's really fun. And granted, she has the same sweater in a rust version. On Instagram, she shared a photo of it, and I love it in that color. And I want to make it in that color. I think I have the yarn to dye it that color for this cardigan or this sweater. I might do that this winter or fall. I just think this is such a fun pattern. It's so fun. Let's see. So it says lace plus DK equals DK. So DK to worsted weight yarn, you know, that's kind of what that means. It takes a US size 8 needle for most of it, or 5mm needle. Obviously, you have your little bits and pieces that use different needle sizes. And it has from extra small to 5 extra large sizes. That corresponds to finished garment measurement of 100 centimeters to 197.5 centimeters, or 40 inches to 79 inches. So I really love this one. Like I said, all the pattern details, all the eyelets, the little lace patterns, it looks like twisted rib at the top and the bottoms. I just think it really looks great. It's interesting without being overly busy. I also really love it in that dark gray color. Let's see. She named it after the salt fields in Portugal. That's what I wanted to say. So the Salty Day sweater got its name from the salt fields in Portugal. The different sections of texture look a bit like the intricate patterns of salt flakes. The sweater is worked top down and has a drop shoulder with extra long sleeves for a feminine and cozy look. So yes, that one's really fun. All right, next we have, this name is weird, just C2 or Cable 2, but I love this one. It doesn't catch your eye just looking at the first picture that pops up on Ravelry, but if you scroll through the photos and you see the yellow one, I love this sweater. This one is by Helga Isager, and it's just so pretty. I love it in the yellow, like I said. I think I shared this in my last video too. I did a mini little favorite pattern roundup there. So some of this is gonna overlap from last 2 weeks ago, but I'm sharing lots more this time. So this one, let's see, is a light fingering weight yarn. So I think what they're doing with this one is holding a lace weight, not mohair, but like just regular lace weight with a mohair lace weight. So I think that's how they're getting the light fingering. I think that's what's going on because the suggested yarn is a lace and a mohair. So I think that's what's going on there. But it calls for a US size 7 needle, which is 4.5 millimeters. It also calls for a couple other needles for finishing things. It only has sizes small through extra large. So that's kind of a bummer for not being super size inclusive, but it does not have the bust circumferences. Sorry about that. I don't have that. I don't own this pattern either, so I can't tell you what the finished bust circumferences is, but not size inclusive, so that's a bummer. Though it is a nice pattern. I love the cable detail from the neck, and the neck is a little bit higher, but without being a massive like turtleneck. It's got like this little cable detail from the top of the neck all the way down the raglan and then down the side, and then it's got the little cables all the way around the cuffs. Oh, it goes all the way down the arm too. That's cool. And down the cuff. Do you call it the cuff? The ribbing at the bottom of the body. I just love this one. I think it looks really great. All right. Next up, we have the Double Date sweater by Winter's Weather Knit. This one's just really fun. It's stripy, but not just your classic stripy. It's got like little circle stripies. It's interesting. You would have no idea what I'm saying unless you knew the pattern or if I didn't have the photo up here. So thank goodness for being able to put photos on the screens. I love the colors that she has in the sample photo, the first sample photo that she's got, but I think, yeah, somebody else, one of the sample knitters did white with black and beiges, which I think that one looks really nice too. There's just so many options with this one and I love them all. Though I'm a sucker for that first one. That's black with the white, the yellow, and the pink. Is that what that all is? Really, really fun sweater. Let's see. It is a DK weight yarn with US size 6 needles or 4 millimeter needles. Its size is extra small through 5 extra large, which is amazing. It's fun. Wait, I'll say just give me a sec. I'll get back to that. The bust circumference, that's what I want to say first, is 37.5 inches to 68.5 inches or 95.5 centimeters to 174 centimeters. So let's see. This sweater is loosely inspired by the sweater Rory wears on her date in the Double Date episode of Gilmore Girls. I've never seen Gilmore Girls. I've heard it's great. I should watch it. But it's loosely inspired by that sweater. So that's kind of fun, especially if you're a Gilmore Girl fan. I would love to knit this one. It looks like a drop shoulder, pretty oversized and just flowy, comfy. I would love to knit this one. I just need to get the yarn for it. I would love to knit this one this summer, or this winter. All right, next we have the Structure Loop sweater by Other Loops. I love a lot of the stuff that Other Loops comes out with. And this one, again, is stripies, but not just regular stripies. It's got, I think she uses purls and knits in order to get that textured stripe, which is really interesting and fun to utilize the different stitches in knitting to get a textured color work. It's not color work, but a textured stripe, which I think is really fun. This is an Aran weight yarn. The pattern calls for an Aran weight, which it calls for a US size 6 needle or a 4mm needle. And it has sizes extra small through extra large, not super size inclusive there, but its bust circumference is, it fits the actual chest of 80 centimeters through 120 centimeters. Well, 85 centimeters is the first size, and then the extra large fits 110 to 120 centimeters. And she doesn't have that written in inches, and I did not convert these. I didn't prepare much for that, so I don't have the inches for you. But yes, this one's really fun. I have the yarn to knit this one up. I just need to dye the yarn before I knit it up. So that one's definitely getting knitted up this fall and winter. So, all right, next we have the zipper sweater by PetiteKnit. And we all know who PetiteKnit is. I really love this zipper sweater. It just looks like such a classic that you could buy in a store. It looks so just clean and finished, and I love it. And the idea of just sewing a zipper into my knitwear, just so fancy. Though I love it most in the black color. I don't know if I could do it in any other color. The brown is all right, but I just really love it in the black. It just looks so nice in the black, especially if that black is a little heathered or textured or rustic or something. I don't know what to call that. Anyway, it's a DK wet yarn. So she's got a couple different zipper sweater versions. She's got the light version, she's got the normal version, she's got the men version, she's got the kiddo version. I'm talking specifically about the zipper sweater light version. So this is a DK weight yarn as opposed to a worsted weight plus lace. I think the other one's worsted plus lace. I don't know, but anyway, the one we're talking about is the light version. This one is the DK weight version. And it's on a US size 6 needle or 4mm needle. Looks like I have a favorite needle size. Lots of my knits are gonna be on those US size 6. But it's sizes extra small through 5XL, and those bust circumferences, if I can find them, is 107 centimeters to 161 centimeters, or 42.25 inches to 63.5 inches. So, I just love this one. It's just so classic. I have to make this one. I'm gonna be making this one in the next 2 months. I have the plans to make it in the next 2 months. All right, next is the Iyun or the Iyon. I'm sure it's Iyun sweater. I just question everything that I'm saying. The Iyun sweater by, see, I even just said Iyun. Iyun sweater by Fiskum Sunde. Sorry if I said that wrong. I love this one. I love the split hem is super high, so that's just kind of fun. The ribbing at the bottom of the body is super high as well. It's very long, which is very nice detail. Same with the sleeves. The ribbing at the sleeves is also very long. It's got a very nice raglan. I think it looks nice, and that folded collar looks nice. I just think this one looks really great. It's a DK plus lace, so a worsted weight would also work. Let's see, the size is 1 through 8. Sizes 1 through 8. I'm trying to find the bust circumference. The sweater circumference is 115 centimeters to 168 centimeters. I'm not seeing that written in inches anywhere, so I apologize for not having that. Oh, it corresponds to a circumference of 85 centimeters to 140 centimeters. So it is quite oversized, but very nice. I really love the shape of this one. Again, it's just, there's not much else to say about it. It looks like a raglan construction. It's just very unique. A lot of raglan sweaters are just raglan sweaters, and this one has a fun split hem. I'm a sucker for split hems and interesting raglans. I don't love the lacy raglans, but if you can give me like a cable raglan or like a broken rib raglan, if you can mix up the raglan increases a little bit, make it fun, I'm there for it. All right, next we have the Anker sweater by PetiteKnit. I know, we gotta have a few PetiteKnits on there. You gotta have to. I mean, you don't have to, but I love a lot of PetiteKnit patterns. And I didn't love the Anker sweater at first, but then it grew on me and I love it, especially in the white. I don't know if I could have it in any other color but white. I'm really particular with my colors sometimes. But I really love this one in the white color, though it looks really nice on that like rusty cinnamony brownie color that she's got in Ravelry as her sample photos. But I just really love it in the white. It's a fingering plus fingering weight yarn, so a DK weight would also work. And it uses a US size 6 needle or 4mm needle. I will say though, while I'm saying fingering plus fingering, 2 fingerings held together is what it calls for. I said DK also works, but I think PetiteKnit, I think something that she's really good at is mixing yarns to get a great fabric. I have never used the called for yarn. I've never knit any of her patterns actually, but I've never knit, just based on watching other YouTubers and podcasters using the yarn that she calls for to get the fabric that she's creating. I think that's a lot of what she does and what her brand is creating classic pieces and garments that have great fabrics. So I think that's why she's using the fingering held to double, though a DK would also work. So if you want exactly what she's going for, the 2 fingerings held double. But if you're just knitting it to have the finished piece, which is what I probably would be doing right now because I don't have the funds or the ability to get the yarns from Europe, would be just a DK weight yarn if I can get gauge, right? It's sizes extra small through 3XL with a bust circumference of 80 to 85 centimeters to, is the extra small. This is all lots of numbers. To 120 to 130 centimeters for the 3XL. Yeah. And the inches for that is 31.5 to 33.5 for the extra small, and to 47.25 to 51.25 inches for the 3XL. So, not super size inclusive there. I think I've heard people say that she wasn't quite as size inclusive in her earlier pattern, so maybe this is an earlier pattern, but that she's getting more and more size inclusive now. But anyway, and the last one on the list is, again, PetiteKnit, but it's the November jacket. So I think this one is, yeah, it's all over brioche, which I have only done half fisherman's rib, which full fisherman's rib I believe is the same as brioche. But I really love the way it looks. I love how slouchy and oversized the November jacket is. I believe the Agnete cardigan by PetiteKnit is also brioche, I think, but it's not as oversized. I just love how slouchy and oversized this one is. It's just, I love it. It's also drop shoulder. I think that's a drop shoulder. It looks like drop shoulder. But I love it. And I love the color that she has with the yarn that she used here. Though I don't know if I can get a hold of that yarn where I am. I'll have to do some digging. But I just really love that heathered gray color. It's an Irene weight yarn, US size 4 needle. I know people say this one takes forever to knit. So if I were to ever knit this one, I'd have to have great yarn for it, because I don't want to spend forever and ever knitting it and then not love the finished product because of the yarn or because of the color. So I have to have the right materials for it, I guess. Anyway, it's for sizes extra small to 5XL, which is the bust circumference of 80 to 150 centimeters or 31.5 to 59 inches. Yes, that's it. There's a lot of numbers written down and I'm just making sure I'm getting it all right. So anyway, I love this one. I love just how big and slouchy and comfy it looks. I just love it. And brioche is just squishy and I just really want it. Anyway, so that's the winter/fall knits, the cold knits. Let's move on over to the warm knits, the summer and spring knits that are my favorites, the top 10. Let's see. All right. Again, these are in no particular order, just the order that I found them on Ravelry and added them to my favorites. So first up, we have the Rota Sleeveless Top by Irene Lynn. This one is so fun and interesting. It doesn't necessarily look knit to me. I mean, obviously there's parts of it that definitely look knit, but the laciness to it is very interesting. Let's see. It's a worsted weight yarn, which is interesting for summer. So we'll see how that goes. I don't know if that's everyone's first choice for a summer weight top, but it looks very light and breezy too, just because it's so lacy. So I don't know, I think I would love this top. And I love the shape of it. And again, sucker for the split hem. And then it looks like there's a cable down the side too. I didn't notice that, which is really, really fun. Anyway, like I said, worsted weight yarn, US size 6, 4mm needle. It doesn't look like it takes too much yarn either, which it's a tank top and it's lacy and it's worsted weight, so you're not going to use a lot of yarn. But its sizes 1 through 6, which is the bust size of 96 centimeters to 136.5 centimeters, or 37.75 to 53.75 inches. Yes, I love this one. I love the split sleeve. I love the neck. I love the arms. I love the stitch pattern, the cable down the side. This one's really fun. Okay, this next one. Okay, so on Ravelry, if I come across something I like, I save it. I just heart it, right? And it just goes to my favorites. And then later, when I'm looking for patterns, I scroll through my favorites list, and the ones that I really, really, really love and really, really want, I put into a bundle called Get Stash for This. So patterns that I want to get the yarns for, because remember, I don't just buy yarn all throughout the year. I have like birthday and Christmas money and the occasional like extra cash that comes in sometimes that I buy. I just buy what yarn I can for the patterns that I love, so that I have yarn for the projects throughout the year, because I don't have the budget all year round to just buy yarn as I want it. So I have my Get Stash for This. So this pattern was in my favorites list, but I totally forgot it existed until I was getting ready for this this video, and I saw it. I was like, oh, I like that. So I moved it to my Get Stash for This because I love it so much. It is the Aria cardigan by Simone Ryan, and I think this is a newer to me designer. I don't know. I don't think I've seen this anywhere, but I love it. It looks like all over eyelet cardigan. Though it is 3 laces held together. So I'm assuming that's it's mohair. So 3 mohairs held together. Don't know how summery that is, being all mohair. But it's really nice for the spring or the late summer as it's getting colder into fall. So it's a really great transitional garment. It equates to a bulky weight yarn. And it says even at the bottom of this pattern that some of the testers used Drops Air, which is a bulky weight, Aran weight, worsted-ish weight, blow yarn, is that what it's called? I believe that's what they used. I was just looking at it the other day to see if I had yarn in stash for it. But just in the Ravelry notes alone, there's a lot of notes on what yarns would work for this, which is really helpful. So I can only imagine how helpful the pattern is. Let's see. So the pattern, US size 10 needle, 6mm needle. It takes quite a bit of yarn because it's 3 mohairs held together. But sizes available. It doesn't have like size names. It just has the bust circumferences. So it's for the bust or upper body circumference of 75 to 155 centimeters or 30 to 62 inches. So this seems pretty well-rounded. Oh, sizes A through I. That's a little different. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. That's a lot of sizes, which is great. 4, 8, 9 sizes. Wow, look at you. Lots and lots. I think it's pretty oversized. But isn't that just such a fun pattern? It looks so perfect for the spring. I think I definitely need to cast this one on in the spring. I love all the different colors that she has in the sample photos. So definitely go check that one out. I need to go scroll through this designer's other patterns and see if there's anything else that I like. All right, next we have the Evelyne top by Johanna Gehrisch. Sorry guys. But this was just a really great classic tank top silhouette. I love the high neck, I just love the shape of it, and it's all over, looks like 2x2 rib maybe, but it's a fingering weight. It's size US 2.5 needle or 3mm needle, so it'll take a good while, but it's striped. So it's engaging. You're just gonna be like, next color, next color, next color. I'm excited to get to the next color, and it'll go a little bit faster. And it looks a little cropped too, so that helps a little bit, though you can knit it however long you want. Let's see. Extra small through 4XL. Oh, and it's in English, Danish, French, and German. Wow. I didn't say that for any of the other patterns, but I just noticed this one had 4 languages, which is great. So the finished bust circumference on this one is 80 to 120 centimeters with a negative ease of 5 to 8 centimeters, which is perfect. That's what I love in a summer tank. So especially that's ribbed, and I love this one. I've been dying to knit stripes this summer. This one's such a fun one. All right, next we have the Anker Tee. I know I had the Anker sweater. We also have the Anker Tee. And again, I just have to have this one in white. I don't think I could do any other color. So is it weird to have a t-shirt that is the same style as a sweater for the summer and the winter? I don't know, but that just might have to be a reality for me someday. But Anker Tee by PetiteKnit. It's in a fingering weight yarn, size US 2.5 or 3mm needle. I've heard a lot of people say that this one takes a long time as well, but you know, it's okay. Let's see, sizes extra small through 5XL, and the bust circumference is 84 centimeters to 151 centimeters, or 33 inches to 59.25 inches. Just like the Anker sweater, I didn't love the Anker Tee tons at first, but then I saw more people wear it, and it really grew on me, and I really do kind of like it. I'm still not into the Sunde tee, or the Sunde cardigan. Yeah, that's what it's called. But I really do love the Anker Tee a lot, so that one's really fun. Okay, so next we have the Luna Tee by Charissa, or Carissa. I don't know how you would say that, but I really love this one. The neck is a little bit higher. It's not a turtleneck, but it's a little bit higher. And it's broken rib all over, and it looks like a raglan construction. And so that it's a deep raglan, and I just love the broken rib raglan. I think it's really great. It's fitted all over. It's got negative ease, and those sleeves are a little bit longer, which I just think this one just looks so nice and classy. It's perfect for like work or going out on a nice dinner, or it just looks really great. She especially, because she has it styled with dress pants, and I think it looks fantastic. And looking down the sides, it looks like actually there's decreases all down the side too, so it looks like it's really just fit to your body really well. And all the decreases and the increases and everything everywhere just looks so seamless and nice and so well put together. It looks like a very well thought out construction. I really want to knit this one at some point. This is in a fingering weight yarn. It is size US 6 needle or 4mm needle, and it is sizes 1 through 14. That's a lot of sizes. That's awesome. It has a bust circumference of 71 centimeters to 153 centimeters, or 28.4 inches to 61.2 inches. It's designed to be worn with 0 to 5 centimeters or 0 to 2 inches of negative ease. So that bust circumference was the finished bust circumference. So you choose based off of the negative ease. Oh, in Ravelry, it does say that all sizes have been tech edited, but only sizes 1 through 8 have been test knitted. So if you're interested in knitting sizes 9 and up, message them. And it looks like she's happy to provide the pattern for free in exchange for feedback on the sizes. So that's really great if you're interested in that. That's kind of fun. This is a fairly new release, September 2022. So maybe she didn't update that, maybe she did, maybe it's still true. But if you're interested in that, it's totally worth looking into. It's a great looking pattern. I definitely want to knit this one up sometime. Okay, next we have the Strawberry Fields top. I really love this one. It's just a nice classic tank top. I know I'm saying that a lot. Like I said way earlier in this video, I just don't know how to use words when describing clothes. But this one just looks great. The thinner straps do make me a little worried, but I think it's okay. I think it's okay. I love it's like cable-y-ish and ribbed. It's just a great stitch pattern. I think it looks very nice and very flattering. I love the shorts that she's pairing it with, or is that I think they're shorts, not a skirt. I think that's so fun to wear those spunky shorts with a knitted top. I kind of want to buy those shorts so I can wear it with that top someday when I knit that top. But I love it a lot. I know there's a Strawberry Fields shirt as well, like a t-shirt. But I love they're both great, but I love the tank top so much more, I think. It is a fingering weight, US size 2.5 needle or 3mm needle. So again, super intricate, but still lots of fun. I would love to have this top in my wardrobe. Sizes available are extra small through 2 extra large, so not very size inclusive there. It's finished bust circumference of 70 centimeters to 111 centimeters, with 5 to 14 centimeters of negative ease. Okay, next we have the Ingrid Summer Sweater by Gregoria Fibers. The Ingrid top, like the tank top version of it, has never really appealed to me too much. Some people, I love their finished object. Some of them turn out really, really great. And it would probably be really great cover-up, like swim cover-up. But I just really, really love the sweater a lot more. I think the drop shoulder just looks really nice. I don't know what it is about it, but I just really love it. And I've seen people do it in black, and I think that looks really nice as well. Or like a rust color also looks really nice. But you can't go wrong with this creamy off-white either. That is on their sample on Ravelry. But I just think it looks really great. It's a sport weight yarn, which I haven't. Sport is just one of those yarn weights that are less common to find. So I just haven't found the right yarn for it yet. So as soon as I do and have it in my possession, I would love to have this just to throw on. Though I don't really know how to wear lacy things, eyelet things, just bra underneath, or do you wear a tank top or something underneath? I don't know. But this looks like a great transitional piece for the spring when it's a little bit cooler outside, or in the fall as it's starting to get cooler again, or as a cover-up for swimming. So, though most of the swimming I do is on a lake in Kentucky when it's in the middle of July and super hot outside. So those long sleeves would not do it for me, but I don't know, we'll see. It also tends to rain a lot, so on those days it's a little cooler, so maybe a summer sweater wouldn't be so bad. Anyways, this is a US size 4 needle, which is 3.5 millimeters, and its sizes 1 through 9, which is great. It's corresponds to a finished bust circumference of 115 centimeters to 160 centimeters, or 44.9, that's odd, 44.9 to 62.4 inches. Getting real precise there. Intended to fit a real bust circumference, that's more helpful, of 80 centimeters to 125 centimeters, or 31.4 inches to 49.2 inches. Okay, next we have the Cumulus Tee by PetiteKnit. Again, we've got to have a few PetiteKnit things in there because she's got so many great, just classic tops. I knitted the Cumulus blouse just because I had mohair sitting around and it was hand dyed, and that's all that I had the quantity for. And the Cumulus blouse, so I loved the fit of it. I loved the drape of it. I loved the way it worked up. It was great. I just don't know if I can get behind the fuzziness of a summer thing. It's a great top though. So I would love to have the Cumulus Tee. It's fingering weight, it's light fingering. It's knitting for olive, pure silk. Wow. Knitting for olive, pure silk. I would love to have a top in that. I've never knitted it with before. I think in order to find it in person for me and to touch it in person and to purchase it in person, I'd have to drive like 3 hours away, which is fine, but you know. It is using a US size 2.5 needle or 3 millimeters, and its size is extra small through 3XL. The size bust circumference 89 centimeters to 134 centimeters, or 35 inches to 52 3/4 inches. That's probably the finished bust circumference, not your bust circumference. Okay, next we have the Camisole number 5 by My Favorite Things Knitwear. I just really love this one. I love how high the neck is, I just love the silhouette of it, and I love the all over broken rib. I really love where the increases are. That's just a very interesting sleeve. It's not a sleeve because it's a tank top. Strap, a very interesting strap detail going on there. I just really love it. And it looks so nice and finished. This one is also knitting for Olive, but it's the merino. Is it the cotton merino? It's because it's light fingering, so I'm assuming it's the cotton merino, but maybe not. This one's also using a size 2.5 needle or 3 millimeter needle, and it's only available in extra small through extra large, so that's a bummer. The finished bust circumference is 74 centimeters to 103 centimeters, or 29 inches to 40.5 inches. Yes, I would love to knit this one up. I think this is one of the first ones that I saw and I was like, I need that. But I just haven't knit it yet. And the last one on my list of 10 favorite summer knits is the Moonset Tee by Ozetta. I am currently knitting the Miles shirt jacket by Ozetta, and her pattern, at least that one, is so detailed and just helpful with all the information in there, just making sure you're knitting something correctly and the correct length, and just everything is just so smooth. The construction, she holds your hand and makes sure you don't do anything wrong. So I'm interested to try more of her patterns out, and this Moonset Tee looks perfect. Like, it's exactly my style, I feel like. I love the V-neck, and I love how the V-neck like folds on itself. I think that's really interesting, and just the I-cord on the sleeve hem and the body hem, I believe, on the body as well. But I really love that. I'm not a huge sucker for an I-cord finish on the neck, unless the pattern is very detailed and you want a simple neck. But with this one, when it's just straight stockinette, I prefer to have something more than just an I-cord. Though I guess maybe that's contradicting myself because the Cumulus Tee has just an I-cord. But anyway, I really love that folded V-neck. This one is a fingering weight, also knitting for Olive Pure Silk. I guess there's a theme here. But it takes US size 3 needle or 3.25 millimeter. And it has sizes extra small through 5XL, which corresponds to a bust circumference of 36 inches to 63 inches, or 91 centimeters to 160 centimeters. Okay, now I'm gonna narrow everything down. This was really tough to decide which ones I loved the most, and like rank them, my top favorite, my second favorite, third favorite. It's really hard to do, and it's always changing all the time. So if you ask me the same question in a year from now, it's probably gonna be different. Whoa, that bird is like yellow. That's cool. Sorry. So I'll give you my top 5 favorite, yes, ranked, number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, in winter and in summer. So my top 10 favorite knitting patterns of all time. So right now anyways, it's probably gonna change. All right. I guess I should say that it's the top 5 of winter, top 5 of summer. I'm not going to mix them up. I don't think I could do that because winter and summer are very different things. I can't compare them together. So my top number 1 favorite winter knit that I really want to cast on as soon as I can, I guess, is the Minou cardigan by Luisa at Knitting Deer. I just think this one's so stunning. I'm so excited to own this one eventually. Like, I have the yarn, I'm gonna knit it. I'm gonna start it in the next month or 2. We've got a lot going on in life in the next month with a kitchen renovation and travels to Utah, and my husband starting his master's degree, just all sorts of weirdness. We'll see what I get time for, but I'm starting this one very soon. My second favorite one, number 2 on the list, is C2 or Cable 2 by Helga Isager. This one's just so fun, especially in that light yellow color. I love yellow. It's so fun. The cables around the neck and the arms and the cuffs and down the raglan and up the arms, just so much fun. I would just love to have this one. I think what I really love in a piece of clothing is that it's simple but has just a little bit of interest in it, because I'm not a crazy, like, overly exciting clothing person, but just to have a little twist of funness, I think I like that a lot. So this hits it perfect for me. Number 3 on the list is Structure Loop Sweater by Other Loops. This sweater is one of the very first sweaters that I ever found on Instagram that introduced me to the knitting community on Instagram. I saw it and I was like, whoa, I love that. I have to have that. And so I have yarn for it. I'm gonna dye it up in the next few months as it gets colder. I'm gonna knit that sucker up and I'm gonna wear the heck out of it. I'm so excited to have that one. Number 4 on the list is the Zipper Sweater by PetiteKnit. I've actually saved up the money for it, and I am planning on buying the yarn for that black yarn for it in August. So I'm going to be knitting that one up very soon as well. I love that one. I love it. I love it. I think it'd be perfect just for throwing on over a t-shirt when it's cold outside and you're just running out, or under a big winter coat when it's freezing outside and it's wintry and just snowy and cold. You throw that on around the house and then you throw on your big winter coat. You're going to be so warm. And it covers up, you know, it's just gonna be so good. I'm excited to have that one eventually. And the 5th one on the list, see, and I'm even questioning my ranking now. I don't know. But the 5th one on the list is the November Jacket by PetiteKnit. Like I said earlier, I love how slouchy it is. I just love how overfit it is and how squishy it's gonna be with all that brioche. And I really love that gray heathered look. I want to find yarn just like that so I can have it just like hers. We can match. Okay, that's it for the winter favorites. On to the summer favorites, my top 5 summer favorites. Starting with the first one is, and I didn't put this in my, I don't know why I didn't put this in my top 10 favorite. Maybe I removed it from my favorites because I've already knit this one. And this is the only one on my list that I've already knit. But my very favorite summer top is the Twist Loop Top by Other Loops. I really just love the fit of this one. It just fits so great. It is all over rib with a very interesting and more modern cable. It's not just your classic cable, but it's just more like, it's almost angular. I know cables are not angular, but with how quick the twist is, it's just very nice. I love it. And there's only one twist going down the bottom, and I love it. Number 2 on the list is the Luna Tee by Charissa. I really love the fit of this one. It looks so classic. It looks like you can wear this for years and years and years and years, and it will still look great as long as you keep up with it and take care of it well, right? But I really just love the all over the broken rib texture. It looks amazing. And that deep raglan, not deep, the thick raglan increases just looks so great. I love that one. Number 3 on the list is the Ingrid Summer Sweater by Gregoria Fibers. This one's probably more of a spring / late fall or some kind of swimsuit cover up. I don't know what it is about it. I love the drop shoulder. I love the eyelets. I love that it's not so delicate in a fingering, but not so heavy in a DK. It's right in the middle on a sport weight yarn. I think this one would be great to own. I really love it. I want to knit it up. Number 4 on the list is the Aria Cardigan by Simone Ryan. I just love this one. Again, more of a spring, like a cool spring, like early autumn a garment. That's the word I'm looking for. With it being made out of mohair, though I might try it with the Drops Air if I can get my hands on it, or some kind of other bulky cotton weight yarn. Lightweight cotton yarn, but this one just looks so fun. Again, the eyelets. I don't know what it is. The eyelets are just doing it for me right now. I really love it. I think that drop shoulder, I guess I love drop shoulder constructions. I guess that's my thing, is the drop shoulder, but I just really love that one. That one's really great. I love just throwing on cardigans or sweatshirts or jackets around the house because it gets cooler in the evenings. Thank goodness for AC in the summer. But it gets kind of cold, so I love to just be able to throw that on in the house. And the room that I teach clarinet and piano in, so I'm a clarinet and piano teacher by day, But the room that I teach in my house is like so cold. It gets so cold in there, and I don't know why, because everywhere else in the house is super hot. But that cardigan would be perfect to just throw in there, just to throw on when I get cold while I'm teaching. So I'm looking for all the cardigans, and that one looks perfect. And number 5 on my top 5 favorite summer knits is the Strawberry Fields top by Camille K. I just really love this one. Super simple tank top construction slash silhouette, but it's got the really great cables and the ribs. I really love the way this one looks. I don't know how to say anything else about it, but it just looks really great. I really, really love it. So that was a lot. That was a lot. I hope that gave you a lot of inspiration for your summer planning and your winter planning. I know this video is coming in kind of a decent plan because we still have some more warm weather ahead of us to think about our last few summer knits to get in there. But I know some people are already starting to think about fall and winter knits because some people knit ahead of the season so that they have the knits to wear in the season. And I'm kind of getting sick of knitting tank tops at this point and t-shirts, so I'm kind of starting to transition to fall and winter myself. So hopefully that gives you a lot of great ideas of things to knit, things to add to your favorites, maybe some designers that you haven't heard of quite as much, and to give them some love as well as the big name designers. Remember, like I said at the beginning of the video, I am starting my sock set club, so I'll put the link to that in the description. And it's either Etsy or Patreon or both. Still trying to figure that out, but that will be in the link in the description below. Remember, I'm only offering that discounted price to the first 16 people, so hop on that as soon as you can if you want to be included in that. You can find me here on YouTube and on Instagram at goldenhour.knitwear. And I really hope you enjoyed today. Make sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything from me. I'll see you next week with a regular podcast episode. Like I said, lots of fun acquisitions, a new fiber hobby. We'll have some fun finished objects next week, so hopefully. Anyway, I will see you next week, not in 2 weeks from now. I will see you next week, and thanks again for being here. Bye.